Hi guys. Hello. Hello. Excuse my crazy hair. I have my hair up in a clip, drying, and this is what it looks like. So we're just gonna have to deal. with I've taken my affirmations for the voluminous wavy hair a little far, and I obviously stopped saying them 9 months ago, but my hair still gets more voluminous by the day. Hi guys. Hi Cece. Hi, I am Queen. Hi Sarah. Hi Noor. Hi Darcy. Hi, Living Consciously. Hi, Tess Faye Styles. Hi, guys. What's going on? Hi, Megan. Darcy, my SP wants to hang out, but he wants to pick me up at work. I started wearing makeup and dressing better, but if he picks me up at work, I won't have time to make myself look good. He would be picking me up after 10 hour shift. Also, he's still keeping things very, very friendly. How do I have the friend zone and how do I see myself as pretty? He knew me before the makeup and was my friend, but he friend zoned me because he doesn't find me attractive. Well, you've got a story that doesn't find you attractive, darling. So you've got a story that you've got to make yourself attractive to him. Why don't you decide he does find you attractive? You've got a real story that attractiveness is really important, that you're not attractive enough. You've got to understand he's reflecting you. So if he came up with something like, I'm not attracted to you, that's because you think you're not attractive enough. That's why you're even caring about this shit. Mhm. You friend zoned yourself with your feeling of being not enough and not attractive enough in your own mind. That's why he even came out with it in the first place. That's why you're paranoid about getting ready and looking good for him, because your story is, I'm not attractive enough. It's not his story, it's your story reflected out of his mouth. So change that story about you. I'm the prettiest girl he's ever met. I am so attractive. I am beautiful. I've always been beautiful. I'm perfect inside and out. I don't need makeup to make myself pretty. Blah, blah, blah. Say that because it's got nothing to do with him, though. Hi, Lizzie. I understand not to focus on time or 3D, but when SP and I in my head, the 3D is not texting often or planning weekly dates like I imagine he should. I just truly ignore that and just go back in my desired reality in my head. Yes. I want him to ask me to spend New Year's Eve to get official. I could just be old story, my old self concept, something said during your coaching stuck with me. She said, I don't ever have a problem with getting a guy, I have a problem keeping them, which is 100% the old me. It's most of your problems, guys. I get any guy I want, it's a matter of keeping them. Yeah, because your old thoughts kick in, your old fears kick in. I remember saying that on the live that most of us have got that problem because it's our old triggers kicking in. So, darling, if you don't feel like he can commit to you fully and doesn't even want to spend New Year's Eve, then you got a story that he doesn't want the full relationship with you or he's not fully committed yet. Get rid of that story. Why are you holding that story about you not being committed to? That's about you. So work on your self concept in conjunction with the story of why you don't get committed to. That's what it's about. Went to visit my friend for Christmas. Hang on, this just jumped. This Saturday, her boyfriend's brother came to drop something off and he pulled her aside and asked about me and said he was enamored with me, never met him in my life. She's like, I think he has a big back crush on you. Oh, Sarah. Enamored with you. Oh. Hey, Lois, it's been 2 years now. No SP, no job, did all the work, inner child, self concept. Any advice? I don't teach inner child. I don't know what the fuck you've been doing. So, darling, listen, if you've got a story that there's no SP, if you've got a story that there's no job, if you've got a story you did all the work and nada, that's the story. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? You're literally reaffirming all the shit you don't want by saying it's not here, saying you've got no job. But I understand you're asking a question. But what's your story about you as to why you don't get what you want? There's a fucking story there, and you've written it in your question, basically. It's 2 years now, nothing. Well, why do you think you get nothing? Why do you think things don't work out? Why do you think you need to do all this work? Why don't you think you're perfect as you are? You got a real fucking story. You got a real work on yourself, and you got all these things to fix. Have you got that story? Is that why? I don't teach inner child work, darling. I don't know who you've been listening to. I don't teach healing. You sound like you've been trying to do healing. I don't teach healing. I teach decide you're fine now, and then work on the shitty thoughts that make you not fine now. But it's not called healing. I don't teach inner work or healing, inner child shit. That's long term. Let's dwell in our crap and talk about our childhood and sit there. Well, what you been doing? I don't teach that. Decide you're healed now. Decide you've got the job now. Decide you've got the SP now. That's what I teach. Yeah, figure out the thinking that's stopping you from thinking you can have now. But I don't teach all that other healing crap. That's long term bullshit. Are you doing long term bullshit? Is that why it's taken 2 years? I don't know. What have you been doing? Tell me what you've been doing. This doesn't sound like you've been doing what I teach. What does Neville mean in regards to praying? How do you go to the end and ask and believe you have already received it? He means praying is manifestation. Believe you have received it and you will. Don't you say, oh Lord, bring me, I want this. Well, it's your deepest desires, but you're putting it outside of you and thinking a God is giving it to you, and then say amen. And amen means it is done, right? So you're putting it out there, the thing you want, except he's saying you're doing it internally. Prayer, the art of believing. He's talking about when you say a prayer to God, most people think, oh, they're taking care of it. So you believe it's happening. You believe it's been taken care of. And then you go, amen, because you're putting the power outside of you. But when you have to actually realize that God is you and you're taking care of it, then people go, oh, where is it? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. But if you were just giving it to an outside entity, you just let it go, let it be, as people would talk about universe, talk about. And so you have an art of believing it's going to happen because your prayer went out to something that's taken care of it. The thing is, your subconscious is taking care of it. And that's the thing people don't realize. So you're really, when you're manifesting and believing you've received it, or manifesting in terms of affirming or visualizing, you are praying because you're saying, this is what I want. I've imagined I've got it now. It's done, which is like, amen. That's what you mean. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? So excited right now. What's this? Hey, Loz, haven't been on your lives lately. Wanted to join the last one. Yes, this is the last one, guys. So from now on, after Christmas, after New Year's, I'm going to be starting a whole new series of YouTubes where I answer your questions directly, because I find with the lives, it's very hard for people to find answers to a specific question. And so you have to sit through a whole live, and if they're not time-stamped, you're fucked, basically. And almost none of my lives are time-stamped. And yes, I'll be loading my TikTok live. I've got like years where it's still there. And you can watch those. But from now on, I'll be directly answering followers' questions. So you'll know, how do I blah, blah, blah. It'll be an actual question and answer. That way, if you want a certain answer to a certain thing, you just have to go to my YouTube and type it in, you'll find it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing from now on, which will be a lot more helpful for a lot of you. And then if you want lives like this, come to my squad, my private Facebook group. It's $35 a month. I do Facebook Friday in there, which is like this, but there's two of them. Friday, 9 p.m. EST US time, and then also the Australian time, which is about 8 p.m. Australian time, 9 a.m. UK. It can vary around those times, up 10 p.m., 9 p.m. EST, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Australian time, right? And you can write big fat essays in there, and it's a much, much smaller group. So you always get your question answered, and it's inside the squad, where I also do coaching twice a week, where you can watch me do one-to-one coaching with 6 different people every single week. And it's extremely educational in terms of your own self-concept, because every single person on the call has done the self-concept course and is in the squad. It's a wonderful place to be, guys. So come and join the squad. It's like $35 a month. You just join it from my website, and I'll put the link at the end of this. I should have put it now, shouldn't I? I'll just put Conscious Logs, and you can find the join the squad. So when you go to subconsciouslogs.com, guys, there's a squad page, okay? And that's where you join the squad, and you go to the link of the Facebook group, okay? Where am I? On join the last one. Thanks for all you do. I took a self-concept course and have years 2 and 3 with 55 and 45, so I started working. Good. 2 and 3, I've only two, and I've been on my mental diet as best I can. My question is, but I notice I get triggered when SP doesn't. I appreciate some things I do. I know it's all me, so what could that mean in relation to my fears? And other fears were super low. When they don't appreciate you, that's a whole lot of like, you don't give me what I want. My needs aren't met, right? So you kind of feel a bit ignored, or you're not appreciated, or you're not prioritized, or you're not put first. And therefore, when you don't appreciate what you do, you're probably overgiving and people pleasing, and then not liking and resenting them for not appreciating you. So you feel like you didn't give me the love, you didn't give me what I wanted, you didn't give me the praise, you didn't give me the validation what I wanted, you didn't give me the praise, you didn't give me the validation I need for doing this thing. So first, I need for doing this thing. So first of all, I would stop doing the things, because you're clearly doing it to get love, right? What you're not understanding is fear 3 is a very strong impetus. There's a very strong impetus that to do to get love, to give to get love, to, to be there to get love, to tell them how you feel to get love. Anything you have to get love, you'll do. So you're doing that, and then when you're not getting it back, you're getting annoyed. But what you're not understanding is you've got a dominant story is, I have to do this to get love. So you've really got a story that I'm not going to get the love, so I have to do this. Therefore, they're not going to give it to you, because the story is, because I won't get it, I have to do. So until you change that story, they won't give you what you want, and they won't validate you in the way you want, because you're still holding the story that you don't get validated, you're not appreciated, and you have to do to get love. So stop all that thinking, and then he'll appreciate you. It's about your self-concept and not feeling appreciated and ignored and not loved, darling. And not loved, darling. Haven't caught a live in a long time. Happy I made it. Oh, it's the last one. Haven't caught a live in a long time. Happy I made it. Oh, it's the last one. Give me bone. Yeah, I'll be live still on TikTok. Give me bone. Yeah, I'll be live still on TikTok, guys, occasionally and every week from Facebook Friday. Occasionally and every week from Facebook Friday. In the squad. What do I do if new SP in the squad? What do I do if new SP was making moves and giving hints he likes me but like him at the time? So he thinks I don't like him, but now I will decide you do like him and he liked you and it's good together. Guys, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters what you're thinking. Oh, Sarah, thank you for the super chat. Oh, darling, do you have a question? You just sent me a thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Sarah, what's your question? Hang on, this just massively jumped. So just decide you're together, Cece. Hi, Loz. I'm really trapped living in my loud, overbearing household. We'll stop saying it's loud and overbearing. Do you have any affirmations for moving out? I don't live in a loud, overbearing household. No one's overbearing. Everyone's so quiet here. It's so peaceful. It's so harmonious. Or I love my new apartment. I love the new place I live. It's so quiet. Either change the people in your household or change the place you live in your mind. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Loz. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. Having you. Oh, so much good stuff has happened. Have to fill you in. Loving life still. Self-concept is amazing. Life is fantastic. Lisa, wonderful. Lisa's one of my biggest success stories. So proud of you, darling. Well, you're your own success story. Wonderful. Hi, Loz. I did this work and it will be a year in January that we've been back together and he treats me 100% better and I still do the work. Oh, wonderful. Oh, so much success in here today. Wonderful, Kelly. That's great. Yeah, keep doing the work, guys. Don't stop doing the work on yourself. Once they're back, once they're turning up great, continue to think of them as great. Continue to think of you as great, please. Will you be doing Facebook Lives? Yes, in the squad, guys. So the Facebook Lives are now in the squad every Friday because you've got to understand, guys, I've only got so much time. And what I had to do was I had to forego this to be able to do the squad lives because so many of you have asked me for over 2 years now, well, a year and a half, to bring back my one-to-one coaching. The only way I could bring back my one-to-one coaching was to cut down on some other coaching I'm doing, which is the coaching. So otherwise I spread myself so thin, I'm going to give myself a mental breakdown, right? So the only way I could do that was to cut off something. And the only thing I could think to cut off was moving the free Facebook Live to the squad and not doing this anymore because I literally can't afford the time. But what I will have is shit tons more YouTube content next year. Like 5 times as much as what I've got now, probably. Okay? So don't worry. There'll be so much content on here. Just make sure you subscribe as much as what I've got now, probably. Okay? So don't worry. There'll be so much content on here. Just make sure you subscribe because it'll be very useful for you. Even more useful than this, I think. Okay. And you'll be able to find it a lot easier. After a year of listening to these other coaches, it took me 2 weeks to get commitment from SP with your teachings. Really? Holy shit! You're truly a gem and one of the only ones that get it. Oh, what the fuck did you listen to before? Guys, it's really simple. It's all you. When you change you, everything changes. You're focusing on them. You know, the problem is, darling, you're probably watching a whole lot of coaches focusing on the outside, focusing on the person. If you focus on the outside, that's when you fail every time or you get them back and you lose them. And the reason why I started this account was I watched those fucking morons and I fucked up. So then I started this because I realized I was doing it wrong. Right? Wonderful, darling. Hi, Loz. I'm feeling and doing great. How are you today? I'm great, dancing, Dylan. How are you doing? Retracted. He's affirming I'm beautiful enough, or should I also affirm he thinks I'm beautiful? Well, you got a real story that you're not beautiful, so get rid of all of that first. You can say he thinks I'm beautiful all you like, but if you're holding a real story, so Darcy, sit down and figure out where am I holding a real story? So Darcy, sit down and figure out where am I getting this from? Do I think I'm too dark? My skin's too dark? Or when I was a kid, I was told I was fat, or I was compared to my sisters. Where the fuck am I getting this from that I'm not beautiful enough? Oh, this isn't anything to do with him. He can only think what I think. I don't think I'm beautiful enough because when I was a kid, I was told I wasn't. Oh, well, I better fix that. It's not about him. Say both, darling, but figure out where it fuck it came from and then affirm against that or revise that. Hi, Loz, the stuff really doesn't work. This stuff really does work. Audience, sit there. Hi, Loz, this stuff really does work. Yeah, yes, it does. Because it's crazy how when you're aware of your beliefs, how people say them back to you. Like I reacted to the 3D, started talking about SP, our relationship with family, and then they literally repeated my, where's the rest of this? Family, and then they literally repeated my, where's the rest of this? Ah, where's part 2? I can't see part 2. Ah, where's part 2? I can't see part 2. There's no part 2. My I'm not chosen. There it is. I'm not enough. Oh, there it is. I was like, it's crazy. I just sat there like, oh, well, I'm not this version anymore, and gave everything good meaning. I'm getting what I want. Oh, good, darling. So they repeated back the bad affirmations that you were thinking before in your own mind that you didn't realize you were thinking, like, I'm not good enough. It's a fucking shitter. That's why I keep saying to you guys, you've got to understand that what you're currently thinking is an affirmation. Hang on. Where am I? Good morning, Loz. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and New Year. Oh, thank you, darling. You too. Let go of neediness for getting views and started saying, no matter what I do, I get what I want. I always do things right. And I woke up to 7,000 views in less than 24 hours. I usually wake up to 200. You did that. No more new me. I'm a star. Yes, that's wonderful. That means a few days with the new algorithm, it will skyrocket. Oh, is there going to be a new algorithm in a few days? Oh, wonderful. Also started working out again, feeling good about myself. Oh, wonderful, Dylan. That's great. So what were you saying? You let go of neediness and start saying, no matter what I do, I get what I want. I always do things right. Wonderful. That'll apply to everything, Dylan. That's great. Hi, Lois. Been affirming for marriage, baby. Hoping this is my SP. Well, darling, what's I've got to do with it? You're on a manifestation channel. Hoping. You're hoping. No, you're manifesting. You're going to get that because you said so. The fuck are you doing writing hope? You've been here a long time. You're writing the word hope. Fuck me. You're trying to make me angry. Hoping. I'm hoping it'll happen. Hope. Fuck me. You're trying to make me angry. Hoping. I'm hoping it'll happen. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. I moved to a new building and my doorman said, you live in a lucky apartment because everyone here gets married or has a baby. Well, fuck me. You're talking about luck and hope in my fucking manifestation chat. What are you on about? But okay. Give that excellent meaning that you're in the luckiest apartment building in town and you've really, really been manifesting this. That's happening. It's nothing to do with luck or hope. If you decide it's happening, darling, it's fucking happening. The end. Yes, that will happen for you. But stop saying hope or luck, please. Oh, damn it. Hey, Loz, I wrote a love letter from SP to myself. I read it a couple of times and forgot about it. The other day, my neighbour sent a letter in the mail asking, forgot about it. The other day, my neighbour sent a letter in the mail asking, love it. Hey, Loz, my mother doesn't like my fiance. No, that's your story. And has completely shut me out because you've got a story that she doesn't like him. I know I created this, just when it comes to family, how can I change this? Guys, family can be the hardest because it's the oldest story, okay? You've known them the longest. So decide she doesn't try and control your life. She likes who you like. She just wants you to be happy. She likes him now. They get along like house on fire. He's your new husband, so she loves him. Change the story about your mum. Change whatever shitty story you got about your mum controlling you, not agreeing with you, being disagreeable, being a pain in the ass. You got about your mum controlling you, not agreeing with you, being disagreeable, being a pain in the ass, not liking your man. That story. Imagine them, see them getting along. Hi, Loz. One of my new money affirmations said I deserve to make more money and I got a raise at work. Also on you guys, still reflecting my self-concept, but I don't want him. Lol. How do I get rid of him? Just decide he goes away. I have to do that sometimes with people. I'm just like, they won't bother me anymore. They found someone else or something. That's what I do. That's what I do. What do you think of the ladder technique from Neville, the one where you say, I can't or I don't, then it will manifest? It's not that you can't or you don't. There's a fucking guy on here called, what's his name? Elmer. And he goes on about it's the not technique. I will not climb the ladder. No, it's not, Elmer, you fuckwit. You know exactly what it is, but you're trying to teach people some new technique that's secret that you reckon Neville taught. He's not teaching you not. He's not teaching you don't. What Elmer's not teaching you at the beginning of that goddamn video is what he said at the very beginning, which is Neville tells you to visualize climbing the ladder. So you visualized it. You climbed up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then you said, I will not climb the ladder. But you visualized it, didn't you? You imagined having it. You imagined climbing it. You are in the state of having climbed a ladder. You are in the state of ladder climber. So it's not the don't and it's not the can't. It's the fact that you fucking visualize doing it. So it's not the don't and it's not the can't. It's the fact that you fucking visualize doing it. Isn't it, Elma? Stop trying to pretend you know all these secret shitty things that aren't fucking secret things. The not technique, the don't technique, fucking secret things. The not technique, the don't technique, the can't technique. Oh, that works, does it? Because you say can't, don't, or not. It's not the words. It's the visualization you did at the goddamn beginning of the ladder technique that people are forgetting, is what Neville taught. He was trying to teach you a lesson that your mind is picturing it. It doesn't matter what you fucking say against it. It's already pictured it. It's already imagined it. You've already decided it's done. That's what he's teaching you. God damn it. There's no can't, don't, or not technique, darling. So I'm going mental because that video was so dumb. Like, I've seen a video on YouTube about Neville in my life. I like the guy, but stop making up bullshit. Hey, you, what are some examples of non-conflict affirmations to start with? What the fuck's that mean? Non-conflict affirmations? Have you been listening to some idiot who tells you certain affirmations are right and certain affirmations are wrong? And there's one called non-conflict. I don't know what this is, darling. You've been listening to some bullshit. Affirmation just means something you think is true. What's a non-conflict affirmation? You mean to not have conflict with people? Is that what you mean? I don't have fights with anyone anymore. I'm not triggered like a bitch anymore. I've got control of my triggers and I don't get triggered by my SP or anyone else in my life. I can stop my thinking before it happens, or I can change my thinking and stop out loud getting in fights with people because I realize I am the cause of my own conflicts. I'm not conflicting with other people because I've got control of my mind. I've realized it's got nothing to do with them and I don't fight with anyone anymore because there's no point because I'm causing it all. And I realize that. And I've stopped blaming everyone else for the conflicts in my life when I know I've caused them. Is that what you mean? Stop blaming everyone else for your problems, darling. You're not getting in conflicts because of them. You're getting in conflicts because of your thinking about them and about yourself. Another question. Triggers don't necessarily mean that we're back in the old story if we recognize it and become aware instantly and firm against it, right? That's living in the wish field still. Well, it just means it's still there and you're getting rid of it, yeah. So decide, oh, yeah, that's the old me. Next thought. You don't have to think, oh, my God, I've undone all my good work. I'm not living in the end because I had a trigger. No. Hi, Loz. I've been confused whether I want my SP. We're in a relationship. I feel like my needs are not being met. I don't know what to do. You want to tell me that's because you feel like your needs aren't being met. It's got nothing to do with him. So you can not want him all your life. But have you changed your mind? Have you decided your needs do get met? Have you worked on I get my needs met? Have you worked on your self-concept from childhood where your needs weren't met by your parents and now you're blaming your I get my needs met? Have you worked on your self-concept from childhood where your needs weren't met by your parents and now you're blaming your SP for your problems and your triggers? Or what? It's not anything to do with him. You can be unattracted to him because he's not giving you what you want, but then you go to the next person. It'll be great for a while, honeymoon period, and they won't meet your needs either, and then you'll be in the same position. So are you doing anything about yourself or blaming him for all your fucking problems? Natalie, have you done my self-concept course? Because if your needs don't get met, you've got a very, very strong fear going on that you haven't fixed. My needs are always met. I always get given the love. I always get given the attention, the time, and the affection. Say that. Oh, Lisa, what are you sending me? Manifested a windfall for Christmas. Oh, thank you, darling. After manifesting my perfect car. I got your perfect car. I literally get all I want and so much more. My daughter is the same. You taught us well, Loz. Oh, Lisa. Oh, Merry Christmas, darling. I'm so proud of you, honestly. I can't even envisage the person you were on the call you have with me. It's like you're a completely and utterly different human being. It's like you're a completely and utterly different human being. You remember you were sitting in the dark? Where's that Lisa gone? She's oh, so proud of you, darling. Really. And your daughter too. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Sarah. I wanted, I got it. Oh, that's a great username. I met SP at the office and many people saw me and were swarming around me and they were rooting for us and he backed out and now I feel disappointed and he's still considered. What's it got to do with the other people or what he's doing? Darling, if you're feeling disappointed, if you're feeling like he doesn't want you, if you're deciding he's backed out, then he's backed out. He's only reflecting your thinking. Then he's backed out. He's only reflecting your thinking. He doesn't want me. Everyone else is rooting for us, but he decided he doesn't want me. He doesn't like me. They're your stories. They're manifesting. He loves me. He just didn't want to ask me out in front of a whole lot of people. He was just embarrassed. He was just a bit shy. That's all that is. I'm not reading into this. He fucking loves me. You sound like you want it, you don't got it. Why don't you be true to you, isn't it? Loz, what to affirm to feel chosen by SP in spite of the age gap, please? Well, decide the age gap doesn't matter. Sound like you want it, you don't got it. Why don't you be true to you, isn't it? Loz, what to affirm to feel chosen by SP in spite of the age gap, please? Well, decide the age gap doesn't matter. That's the first thing. Despite the age gap. That's the first thing. Despite the age gap. Who cares about the goddamn age gap? Every single one of my SPs, bar my very first boyfriend, is younger than me. Very much younger than me. Like 6 years. Or bar my very first boyfriend is younger than me. Very much younger than me. Like 6 years or longer, more younger than me. 6 years or longer. I always find SPs 6 years younger than me or 3 years younger than me, mostly 6 years. What's the problem? You've got a story that's a problem, so it's a problem. And you can say, I feel chosen, I feel chosen, I feel chosen all you like. But if you think that's still a problem, it'll be a problem. It's not a fucking problem. Since when is it a goddamn problem in life? You've just decided it is. Go and look at all the relationships, very successful ones of people with age gaps, and then go, why can't I be like that? Why do I think I'm not going to get what I want? Oh, I'm just using age gap as an excuse because deep down I don't believe I'm going to get what I want. I'm just using age gap as a scapegoat for this. Because deep down I don't feel like I'll be chosen for anything. I'm just using this as an excuse. Can you explain the ladder experiment? If you're saying, I will not climb the ladder all day, won't that manifest because not climbing ladder is dominant thought? No. The ladder experiment, the way he actually explained it was, you imagine a ladder in front of you. You imagine climbing it. Put your hands on the rungs, hands and your feet on the rungs, and you climb up and you feel the rungs in your hands and your rungs on your feet, and you climb down. You climb up it again. And you're up on the ladder, you look down, oh, you can see all the people below you, now you climb down. You do it a few times. Then you say, I will not climb the ladder. That's why it works. It's not about what you say. It's your visualization that goddamn works because you're in the state of having climbed a goddamn ladder. People don't teach it properly and then they say, it's because you said can't. It's because you said don't. It's because you said not. No, it's not, you fuck with. Teach Neville properly, please. Make sure to give this excited for the new chapter in the new year. Yes, it'll be great, guys, because you'll actually be able to get all the questions answered really easily because you'll just see the question as the video. And we'll announce them every time they get dropped in the Facebook group. So make sure you're in the free Facebook group, Subconscious Laws. If you want to join the squad, you can watch my coaching in there and join the lives like this, which much longer questions. You can write an essay for me. And also TikTok as well, but they'll be more sporadic, okay? Because I don't know when I have time to TikTok, but I will. I'll just have to fit it in. Hang on a moment. Where am I? Hi, Nat Cohen. I'll go to the shops later. Go to my PO box. Hang on. Thank you for all you do. Excited for the new chapter in New Year's. Oh my God, caught your last live. So glad. I feel like I've been on a journey with you, Queen. Yes, last live in the squad and live in TikTok. Just not here. And also, it's very unreliable. See, this connection unstable. It's saying that to me for the last 10 or 12 lives I've done. It says connection unstable and the sound's been really bad. So I can't continue to go live on here because it doesn't happen on any other platforms. YouTube, it's shit. Hi, Chrislyn. SP and I fixed things, but found out he has a third party after making up. I asked him about her and he denied it. Then I found out more stuff. We're still talking. Should I confront him? It's really bothering me. What's confronting him got to do with manifesting, darling? Confronting him, he'll probably go, listen, you psycho, we split up. What do you expect happens when you split up? And you'll go, oh, I'm just reflecting your shitty thinking that you're not chosen and another girl will come along and steal me because you don't feel good enough. And you'll go, oh, but he won't say that, but that's what's happening. So confront him all you like, darling. If you split up, we're on a break, as they said in Friends. When you're on a break, who cares what he was fucking doing? And if he's with someone now instead of you, decide you're the chosen person and get rid of her out of your mind, please, and work on your someone now instead of you, decide you're the chosen person and get rid of her out of your mind, please, and work on your self-concept. You even manifested a third party in the first place. It's not about him. You're bothering yourself with your own creation. Oh, wow, I created this bitch with my mind. Oh, it's really bothering me. Should I confront myself? Yeah. In the first place, it's not about him. You're bothering yourself with your own creation. Oh, wow, I created this bitch with my mind. Oh, it's really bothering me. Should I confront myself? Yes. You did this to you. Why are you doing this to you? Why are you continuing to think about a third party? Thank you for confronting me, considering I caused this. This confrontation has helped me. This confrontation has helped me. That's the only person you could be fucking confronting. Yourself, not him. Damn it. Confront him. Please watch all my videos in the Manifest a Specific Person playlist because you're not understanding this at all. Confront him. Fuck me. The old story is coming up in my mind, but I'm seeing a new story. What affirmation to help get rid of the old story? I am the new me. I don't think those old thoughts anymore. When they come up, I tell them to fuck off. I am the new me. That old story is dead to me. You are dead to me. Well, it's based on getting my dominant fears 1 and 3. I've been affirming that I don't have to overgive to get love. Wonderful. And people always meet my needs in love and all other relationships in my life. Wonderful. Where's the rest of this little question? Yes, Subri. Where's the rest? Well, that's great. Relationships too. Well, that's great, darling. Say all those. They're wonderful. They're great. Hi, Laws. Had an amazing success. I manifested Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with SP. I was floored. SP told me today that he's spending New Year's Eve with one of his third parties. I didn't react so bad. Annoying affirmations. Don't worry about it, darling. Just be like, oh, she's just a friend. She's hanging out at that party. He doesn't care. He was just telling me that so I didn't get funny about it because he loves me so much and he didn't want to upset me. He just knew she'd be there or whatever. Give it good meaning. Oh, my God, you're spot on. You're amazing. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. And just decided he doesn't see her and he says you on yours. I know you tell us not to reaffirm, and I totally agree and don't do it. But for those who have movement with it, is it just because they're saturating your mind and we're affirming enough? Well, yeah. Most people who are doing that 10,000 affirmations bullshit were not affirming before at all. Or if they were, they were barely doing it. Or they didn't choose affirmations that were actually suitable. Then they suddenly start doing it and then they wonder why something happens. Yeah, and they suddenly start doing it and then they wonder why something happens. Yeah, you're repetitively thinking new shit. What do you think this is? It's called affirming. You're trying to saturate your mind, aren't you? If you just said it once or twice a day, how the fuck's that going to help you? I'm not saying put 10,000 times, but if you're thinking's real shitty, the bottle is filled with this much oil, but you're only going to pour in this much water to get rid of it. It ain't going to come out. You've got to really fill this bottle up to make this oil come out. Hi, Bella. Met SP at the office and many people saw me. They were swarming around me. I answered that, darling. I'm currently panicking because I need to raise my GPA in a certain amount of time. I don't know if these classes will help me bring it up, but I really need it being up to be able to stay in my university. Well, just decide you stay in the university. Decide you've graduated from the university. Decide, go right to the end, darling. Don't worry about the GPA. Don't worry about getting it. Decide you've passed. Decide you're in the university. Decide you've graduated. Go right to the end, darling. You're worrying too much about the GPA. You're seeing it as a be-all and end-all instead of just going to the end of being passing whatever you want to pass or being graduated and going right to the end and being graduate. Your panic isn't going to help you and it will stop you getting your GPA. And you're panicked because of the time. See yourself having it. It's the same advice I give someone if they need to move out of their house at a certain amount of time and they need an apartment or something, but you're letting the time fuck you up. Met in USP, thought he really liked me. He did. He was very sweet first time. Darling, if you start saying, and then he didn't like me, you've got to understand that's your thinking. So I'm just saying the opposite of what you're writing here. Thought he really liked me. He, Molly. Was very sweet first time we were intimate. Second time he was distant. Asked if he only wanted sex. Oh, God, Molly. That was your assumption. So that's why it turned out that way. You've got a dominant assumption men only want sex. That's why you even asked. Why would you even ask? Why would you even think of asking him that? Because you've got a dominant assumption that you get used. Were you abused as a kid? What's going on here? That ain't got nothing to do with him. Why did you have any kind of assumption that that's what he wanted from you and that's all he wanted? Why did you verbalize that? Because that's your story. So therefore he can't treat you any way but using you for sex because that's your fucking story. He said he was only interested in sex and was very annoyed I kept asking questions. Well, I would be too because I'd be thinking, bitch, I'm only reflecting your shitty thinking from childhood where you're abused or made to feel not good enough and I have no choice but to reflect back to you your dominant story that you're not enough and you get used. So what do you want me to do here? Not reflect you? I can only reflect you. That's why he's getting annoyed. He can't understand why you're even asking him because you're turning up as a person. I get used. I'm not good enough. People use me for sex. Why are you doing that to me? And he's like, bitch, I'm just reflecting you. That's why he got annoyed. He says he doesn't want a relationship. Because he works and travels a lot. We live in different countries. You clearly barely watch me. Hope this isn't the Molly I had coaching with. I reacted badly and almost cried. I told him I wanted to see him again. He said okay, but said not to wait for him because he isn't the guy for me. He liked me and pursued me. I feel like I messed up. Been doing self-concept past few days, but the story keeps haunting me. Molly, what's the story of you in childhood? You got abused, or made you not good enough, or someone betrayed you, or you watched abuse, or something. because this ain't got nothing to do with him, and you're blaming him for the way he's shown up, and all he can do is reflect your shitty thinking about yourself. Where are you getting that shitty thinking about yourself, darling? You get used. Get rid of that, please. And if you keep questioning him, he's just going to get annoyed, yeah, and he's going to go, get away from me, get away from me. You turned out great at first with great self-concept, looking confident, and then all your confidence went away when you slept with him and you lost your shit. And now you're wondering why it went to shit. You changed, didn't you? It wasn't him that changed. You changed your thinking from he really likes me to what does this mean when we have sex? And the meaning you gave it was really fucking bad. And now he's got no choice but to play out the meaning you gave it, which was guys use me for sex. I'm not enough. I don't get chosen as the girlfriend. And then you're wondering why it turned out that way, Molly. You really haven't watched me, have you? And if you have, you haven't been listening. Please go and get my self-concept course. You sound like you really need it, or you need to be in the squad, getting daily support in the squad, getting daily support in the Q&A forum and watching my coaching. It's got nothing to do with him, darling. It's to do with you. It's got nothing to do with him, darling. It's to do with you and you're thinking about yourself being not enough and getting hurt. Fix that. I just have a question about anxiety. Guys, look, try anything that helps you with anxiety, but also, guys, look, try anything that helps you with anxiety, but also, I think the best thing to do with anxiety is decide you don't have it anymore. I know that sounds like the most simple explanation ever, like so illogical to a person who has anxiety. But if you associate yourself with a person who always gets anxiety, I sometimes feel it's debilitating, I get anxiety, then you'll continue to do it. It's like, do you want to be in the state of married or single? If you continue to think you're single, you will be single. You've got to imagine you're married. So I want you to imagine you don't get anxious anymore. I remember when I used to get anxious. I remember when it was goddamn debilitating. I remember when that used to happen to me where I couldn't get out of bed, or I used to fear going out, or I used to do this or used to do that. I don't do that anymore. Say that, time. And then use my affirmations in my anxiety meditation. I've had such great success. I don't want any of this to set me back. Any of what, Gabby? Hi, Loz. Had an amazing success. Manifested Christmas Eve. Who cares what he's doing on New Year's? Decide he's with you, darling. It won't set you back. Don't fuck it up by thinking there's some third party in the mix. Get rid of it like that, and then I don't know what to do in the moment. I have a question. Okay, yeah, your thoughts create anxiety. Thoughts create anxiety, darling, of course. So what I just said, step into the state of not being an anxious. Step into the state of not being an anxious person. Stop repeating the story, darling, of course. So what I just said, step into the state of not being an anxious person. Stop repeating the story that you get anxiety and it's debilitating. In LOA terms, I know they say to just ignore her and affirm and ignore she's there. Oh, I don't say that necessarily. I say accept she's there. But anyway, you can do that if you really want to. I know dominant thoughts will always win regardless. I don't know if I should confront him because of it's nothing and I manifested bad by thinking wrong. Cassandra, if you confront him, you're going to fuck the whole thing. But go ahead and don't listen to me. Morning, Oz. Oh, Nat, I'm going to start visualizing being your next success story. Do that. It's a great idea, darling. Met the SP at the office again. Darling, why are you repeating your question when I've already answered it? People get blocked for doing that. You don't sound like you want it, you got it. You sound like I wanted it and I'm desperate because I don't got it. Why are you repeating your question? It tells me a lot about you guys when you come in here and repeat the questions. It tells me you are in desperate need of energy. So what do you expect is going to happen with the SP? If I'm feeling that from you, what do you think they're feeling? Part 2, any tips I should do? I had years 1 and 3, but the whole time I was talking to him, I truly felt powerful. I'm the new me. I felt it while I was talking to him. Well, is another part of this? What are you talking about, Nico? Hang on. Guys, if you put them 10,000 comments later after your first comment, how the fuck do you expect me to find them? This is why you have to come to Facebook Friday, because you can write me literally an essay and put it in your notes and just paste it. I don't know what you're talking about, darling. Write it again. Hang on. Any tips I should do? I had felt powerful, then something kicked in your back of your mind that you don't realize. Is the connection bad or is it just me? It's YouTube, guys, and I can't do anything about it, which is one of the main reasons why I'm not doing YouTube lives anymore. Yes, it helps a lot. Realizing I'm trying to keep doing the right thing, assuming I didn't do the action or thought. It's my old perfectionism. I say I do it all right and it works. I can never do wrong. Wonderful, Dylan. Wonderful, darling. That's why it's working. Oh, date of birth, Laws. I just want to say I love you so much. Thank you for all you do. Oh, darling. Thank you so much. Liana, is this happening on like manifesting with Kimberly and stuff? Because I've never experienced this before where these lives are so bad. I don't know what's going on. It's not my why. My Facebook lives are fine. My TikTok lives are fine. I can walk down the street and still get Wi-Fi, like 20 meters down my street. It's not my Wi-Fi. I paid $400 for a special box thing that boosts my Wi-Fi. Also, I manifested my addict mum getting help. Oh, wonderful. She ended up in hospital the next day, got to the root of her addiction, and now she's seeking treatment. It's my oldest story, and it's gone. Oh, wonderful, darling. That's wonderful. Oh, I love those kind of stories. You did that. Just continue to see her happy and healthy, darling, and not like that anymore. That's the old her, okay? SP got a third party, but been attached to me since. Self-concept getting good, but he saw my journal and got worried. I was writing a letter to him, and it's going to be weird. What the bloody freak did I do wrong to get this? Don't worry about it, darling. Just decide he thought it was cute and funny and he loves it. Don't give it bad meaning that he found it. Who cares if you found it? Stinky thinks, oh, you must love me. And I'm like, and you're like, oh, tickets on yourself. It's about someone else. Just decide it doesn't matter. You've decided you've done something wrong, you fucked up, so you will have if you decide that. Say you haven't. Loz, I've noticed I go through periods where I get really impatient when manifesting the version of SP. I figure out what belief this is in me. You don't get what you want. Things are hard. You're not chosen. Things don't work out. That you're in a hurry. That you really need it now. That if it doesn't happen now, it will never happen or something. Guys, be patient. Hi, Loz. Came across you 8 months ago, and I've learned so much about subconscious mind. Catherine, wonderful. So, guys, make sure you're still subscribed to me, okay? So even though we're not doing these lives anymore, so much content. Trust me, because I'm an editor, which means I can churn out the content, okay? There'll be so much more content next year, trust me. Met SP at the office again for the first time, and many people saw me, and they were swarming around me, and they were rooting for us. Darling, why do you repeat the question? I don't understand. Maybe I'm not working on self-concept enough and focusing on them too much. I might have just answered my own question, lol. That's always the answer, darling. Always. I haven't seen SP in almost a month due to him getting the flu, then myself getting the FLU, I don't want to say it, and now I really want to see him for Christmas, affirming he can't wait to see me for the holiday. We'll just decide to see each other, darling. Also decided to do a test manifestation on just a reminder that I run this. I was like, what's something I haven't seen or heard in a long time? And I thought of polar bears and decided something will happen associated with polar bears. And I was hanging out with a friend, and he was asking about shows that have polar bears that wear armpit, and I was stunned. It works, guys. The show that has polar bears that wear armpit. I don't know what you mean, but okay. They were polar bears. Wonderful, darling. You did that. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, someone had coaching with me the other day, the one-to-one coaching, the advanced coaching, and already her SP sent her a text affirming everything she's been affirming in her night tape since the coaching a week ago, less than a week ago. Everything back. And she wrote it in Romanian and then translated it. It's in the squad. I was like, I have to write back to her. I was so shocked. I was like, oh shit, that was fucking quick. And she said coaching with everyone. Hang on. What am I? And I love my life, have beautiful friends, enjoy every day. SP is a bonus. He's lucky to have me. Yes, Lisa, he's lucky to have you. Wonderful, darling. I'm so glad you're saying that. He's just a guy. And you're lucky to have you. Hi, Katrin. It makes sense. The way I learned it is whatever you think of climbing a ladder after the visual, you say, I will not. Yeah, you climb it first, then you say you'll not. Fuck's sake. People are teaching some real wrong things on here. Something will happen associated with polar bears. I love that, darling. Hi, Loz. I don't have a question. I just want to thank you for how much your lives have helped me. Thank you, darling. Thanks, Jessie Alex. I will miss YouTube Tuesday with you, but I'm sure the new video formats will be amazing. Well, they'll just be easier to find the answers, guys. Okay, you're going to get so many answers from me, very succinct answers. And I think I think a lot of people get so much more out of the coaching, the advanced coaching with me at the moment, because I'm seeing answers from me, very succinct answers. And I think I think a lot of people get so much more out of the coaching, the advanced coaching with me at the moment, because I'm sitting there analyzing someone for 20 minutes, half an hour, and you get so much more than just me answering very short, quick questions. Okay, so trust me when I say, when I answer these questions in full, you get so much more out of them than these, even though I'm not answering directly. And I'll give you a hint, I will be answering directly to find out what this next we're doing. It's a surprise. affirmations I can use to get to the core issue of fear in 1 and 3 that creates my hot and cold behavior and my SPs. Well, we talked about this last week, darling. I can't remember what we said. If you're getting hot and cold behavior, darling, it's you think 1 minute they're going to love you and 1 minute they're not. 1 minute they're going to be there and 1 minute they're going to leave. It's literally you doubting your own manifestation, you doubting your own new thoughts of they're not going to leave me, I get the love. So stop doubting yourself. It's you doubting yourself that causes hot and cold. It's you going back to your old thinking that causes it. Just don't go back to your old thinking. That's the answer. Step into the state of the new you as much as you possibly can, Subri. And anytime that old thinking comes up, you need to be doing, you need to be doing the new ones and not allowing the old thoughts in. That's the problem. And it's the old story about them that you're still holding that's probably the problem if it's about an SP. Have you fully and completely and utterly got rid of that old story? Probably not. Make me feel like this is one of the things I can't change. I just have to accept what happened. What, CC? Accept what happened? What are you talking about? Guys, if you wrote it 10 hours ago, how do you expect me to remember what the fuck you said? Well, then you won't, CC, and you'll be fucked because you think your GPA won't be passing time. I just can't possibly do it. I can't. I'm in a panic. Why don't you do my anti-anxiety meditation for a fucking start? Calm down your goddamn anxiety and do what I just bloody said instead of telling me you can't do it. If you think you can't do it, then you can't. If you think you're going to fail, you will. If you think you won't pass, you fucking won't pass. I don't know how to help a person who's panicking and not fucking listening. Why don't you open your goddamn ears, CC, and do what I goddamn said? Instead of panicking like a bitch. Guys, if you're in here panicking, I don't know what to do with you. I feel like giving you a virtual slap because that's what you would do with a person who's literally standing in front of you having a panic attack. You go, snap out of it. Or throw a bucket of water over them or something. That's what you're doing. And then you're wondering why it's not working. You're doing this. I really need this. Get thrown out of uni. Why don't you just decide you passed? Why don't you decide your GPA is perfect? Why don't you decide you graduated? Why don't you do what I fucking said? Why don't you work on your goddamn anxiety, which is the problem here? Not your GPA. It's your anxiety about studying. It's your anxiety about university. It's your anxiety that's the problem. Do my anti-anxiety meditation, please, every fucking day for the next couple of days. I can help you when you panic like that, guys. I have to wait for you to calm down because what can I do? You're in this like state. Is logic going to go in there while I'm talking to you or not? Probably not. Where am I? God damn it, I'm really lost here. How do I manifest a regular period? I ordered supplements to help, but what else can I do? My periods are so regular. They're like clockwork. I know exactly when they're going to come. I know when Aunt Flo comes to town, exactly when she's coming and what time she's coming. Advanced Merry Christmas. Oh, you darling. You do? I'm looking for a place to live in the end of having my new place. I love my new place. It's so wonderful. I moved in so quickly and easily. I found it so easily. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've watched you for 1.5 years. I did the self-concept course and the Make Them Obsessed, also in the Facebook group. Listen to the affirmations every night in the daytime too. Well, why have you got an old story about him there? Why are you freaking out? Why do you think it's not happening? Be patient. Have some goddamn patience. You're in a real fucking rush. What to do when we feel lost, like don't know what we want to do for work, where to live, and who to be with. Decide you know, darling. Decide you have the knowing. I have my perfect life. I don't know how it came to this, but it just came. I have my perfect life now. Say that, and if you don't even know. I have the perfect partner. I have the perfect job. I have my dream life. I was out of work for 2 weeks, kept affirming, and got 2 jobs in the same week. My life is getting better and better. Loz, thank you for helping me in my journey. Big hug to you. Oh, wonderful guy. Hooray. You did that. Fave kid and being bullied as well as childhood sexual abuse. Okay, Subri. So work on all of that. So if you got abused, you're going to constantly think your specific person's going to hurt you. So abused, you're going to constantly think your specific person's going to hurt you. So you've got to assume every time that they're not going to. Every single thing they do, don't read into it to think they're going to hurt you. Something weird happened last night. I was getting into my Uber and someone in a car drove past male and screamed out, slut. Oh, what? Something weird happened last night. I was getting into my Uber and someone in a car drove past male and screamed out, slut. Oh, what? That's lovely. That's lovely. And my upper body, when we're looking at old photo, what could these two incidents be? A result put you down? Either you get criticized and people put you down, get rid of that. Loz teaches us to never vocalize what we want from yes, please. We go to our head and make it happen. Yes, please. Loz, non-conflict is from Joseph Murphy. Oh, apologies for more occasion. That is not in conflict with your subconscious. I still don't know what that means. Non-conflict affirmation. So you want to agree with your subconscious? I don't know what that means. I've never heard that. What do you mean? I've never heard that. What do you mean? So you say an affirmation that's not in conflict with your subconscious. So you're agreeing with your subconscious. But if your subconscious is saying the wrong thing and you're agreeing with it, how's that going to work? I don't understand what that means, darling. Clarify, please. Give me an example of a non-conflict affirmation so I understand this. Is your sleep meditation to be loved? And you've got to understand I'm very Neville-based. I like Joe, but he bores me. Is your sleep meditation to be loved and adored a good one for me? If I'm an overgiver, yes. And the feeling to need to do and give to receive love, yes. Because you feel adored, like you can sit back on your throne and sit back in your queen energy, darling, absolutely. Is it possible to get SP back and have him be sweet again? Yes, despite him not wanting a relationship. Molly, he does want a relationship if you decide he does. If you think he doesn't, he doesn't. If you think you get used, you'll get used. What are you asking me about if he decides, if he wants, if he doesn't want? It's not what he does or doesn't want. It's what you're fucking thinking, Molly. Did you listen to what I said before? Everything's possible because you're thinking it. You're causing it. Please go watch all my videos. You're as lost as hell. Despite him not wanting it. He's reflecting you. You think he doesn't want it. You think he's using you. You think you get used. What the fuck? I just told you, and then you wrote, despite him not wanting it, you're not good enough. That's how he'll treat you. The end. Best a specific person playlist. And if you're still lost after watching every single goddamn one of those videos, please, for the love of God, get my self-concept course, or at the very least, for $35, come and join the squad. Because Molly, you sound lost as hell. You sound like you've never watched me in your whole life. You sound like you just arrived in a spaceship in my life and you're an alien and you've never heard of anything I talk of. Despite him not wanting a relationship, he's reflecting you. Just got on my TikTok and on my view page was a video saying, guess who's going to have academic validation 2023 after, and guess who's going to have academic validation 2023 after commenting. Cece, you're fucking paranoid as hell. Doesn't matter what came up on your view page. It's just a reflection of you. So if you think you're not going to pass, you won't fucking pass. Instead of freaking out about what's on your view page, why don't you listen to me? Hey, Loz, didn't mean to bad react an old live this morning. I was just watching them and kept pressing the bad react by accident, and I was trying to play the sound. I don't care about the YouTube laws. I'm just happy to catch Loz live. Oh, Renee, darling, how are you? Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Lauren. You too. Stories about not feeling like the favourite child, sexual abuse from family members, my parents covering it up, as well as friends constantly leaving me and being bullied. Okay, so write the complete opposite of all of that shit now as the new story of you and decide that your childhood no longer affects you and you know your person's going to stay and you know they're not going to hurt you and they know you're not going to abuse you and they know you're never going to leave you and then. Thoughts are a product of your state. Love this quote, Loz. Thank you so much for your videos. Yes, they are, guys. Think about your state of being in panic. Then you're going to have panicked thoughts. Your state of being is calm. You're going to have calm thoughts. Right. Hey, Loz, what to affirm for a smooth transition? My SP will be moving in with his dog. I have a dog, small but beautiful apartment. I'm well, nervous for a lifestyle change. Don't worry about that, darling. When we got my new cat, I just decided that she was going to love my dog. Love my dog so much that I imagined her rubbing up against my dog. Now, she didn't want anything to do with my dog when we first got her. And she reminded me on the live the other day, said, the dog's face. Or butt the dog's face. With a button in her face, and the dog's just like, and I forgot I'd mentioned that, and she plays out exactly what I imagine all the time. She plays with the dog, she licks the dog, she sticks a butt in her face, she rubs up against her, she wants to always be with her, and the dog is nonplussed about her. I was trying to imagine the cat liking her, and I forgot to imagine the dog liking her, even though the dog loves her and loved her at the beginning. The cat's actually more in love with the dog. But the problem in my mind was the cat liking the dog. I just imagined them loving each other and her loving the dog so much. She loves the dog. If I go out and try and find the cat, she won't come for me. But if I bring the dog, she'll come straight out. Decide they love each other. Decide they get along. Decide it's a harmonious move. Have images of it going so well. I used to wish SP happy birthday, but the whole time I felt powerful and kept affirming he loves me. When he brought up the other girls before, I used to be so triggered, but not anymore. Wonderful, Nico. Well, that's good. Decide you're not triggered anymore. Decide he doesn't even bring them up. There aren't any other girls. Merry Christmas, Lodge. Your live will help my self-concept immensely. Wonderful, Lisa. Second, Lisa. Wonderful. When you put yourself on the pedestal, everything around you changes. Probably not going to people. The amount of SPs during this process I no longer wanted is quite astounding. I'm like, they're great and all, but I don't want you. You're lovely and everything, but I don't want you. So much birds for land to say. Latest 2 SPs worried about my health when making Christmas treats, dietary. 2, he wanted to be at our son's Christmas concert. He was upset he couldn't, migraine, and even booked off work. Oh, wonderful. They're both upset they couldn't be there. Turning 40 in 9 days, don't have anyone to celebrate with. I've decided to take a trip somewhere to celebrate my 40 years on this earth. Oh, wonderful, Tim. Just decided got so many people on the internet to celebrate with, darling. We also had a 45-minute call, and every time he comes around, we ended up talking more on this earth. Oh, wonderful, Tim. Just decided got so many people on the internet to celebrate with, darling. We also had a 45-minute call, and every time he comes around, we ended up talking more. What's this? More hum than me. Oh, wonderful. Merry Christmas, Lots. Oh, thank you, Rick, darling. Merry Christmas to you too. I'll definitely miss your lives around Christmas and New Year's this year. Oh, guys, remember, there's always the replays, and you can come to Facebook Friday and watch them in the squad, and it's really lovely in there. We have drinks on a Friday and stuff sometimes. I'm trying to get a bit more cash back with the Friday because I used to always do Friday drinks. But I stopped drinking a bit, so I stopped the drinks. But we'll try and do the Christmas drinks, like a Christmas one. And I'm also going to do a live on, when will I, on? Hang on. It's been 9 months, and I wouldn't say the penny has dropped, but everything is way better. Thank you, Lois. Oh, wonderful, Craig. The penny will drop eventually, darling. It will, and then you'll be like, now I get it. Wait, how again does the ladder technique goes? I had this fear that if I say I will not climb the ladder and then climbed it anyway, I had a fear this technique was contradicting. That's the point. The point is it's contradicting, right? The point is you've imaged it, imagined it's done, and therefore it still occurs. It's not saying not or can't or don't that works, okay? You imagine climbing a ladder. You imagine it over and over again. Then you put signs everywhere saying, I will not climb the ladder, and you say, I will not climb the ladder. You'll eventually see a ladder, walk under a ladder, climb a ladder. Something will happen where there'll be a ladder. You climbing it, and then you say, I will not climb it. And then you see a ladder, and then you say, I will not climb it. And then you see a ladder. The 3D showing you the visual and focusing on it is stronger. Hi, Lois. How do we maintain consistency? I'm climbing it, and then you say, I will not climb it. And then you see a ladder. The 3D showing you the visual and focusing on it is stronger. Hi, Lois. How do we maintain consistency in all areas of our lives? We'll step into the new state of you, darling, by saying, I'm so consistent. I've got everything I want. I'm the new me. Write the new story, view, script it, imagine it. Step into the state of that as much as you possibly can. Thank you, Lois. This helps a lot. Go to affirm, push through to keep working on this. Good, super good. You're already in Barbados and you went first class. Slam. Yes. You're already in Barbados and you went first class. Guys, we don't know what that repertoire space. Christmas, Lois, made such a huge impact in my life. I know everything is possible. Oh, wonderful, Gary. Hooray. I didn't used to think I could use a mutual friend. A mutual friend told me SP hooks up with all her friends after I slept with him. What if SP says he can't have a relationship because he wasn't traveling, doesn't want any longer with me, and had a breakup for Molly? You're not getting this. I can't help you, darling. I'm sorry. What part of this aren't you understanding? They are reflecting your thinking about you. So if you don't have a story that you get used, you probably have a story that other girls are competition to you. It's a story about you, Molly. I don't know what to say to you. Whatever comes out of their mouth came out of your fucking brain. Please go and watch all my videos because you are hella lost. Whatever he's saying, whatever situation he's in, it's your thinking about it that matters. If he lives away, if he travels for work, it's you thinking you're going to get abandoned again because when you're a kid, you got abandoned. Or you thinking you're going to be used because you got used as a kid. Or when you're a kid, you got abandoned. Or you thinking you're going to be used because you got used as a kid. Or you thinking other girls competition because when you're a kid, you're made to feel not good enough. It's about you, Molly. I can't fucking help you until you go and watch more content and stop repeating what I just told you not to fucking repeat about him. Stop telling me about him. This is about you. It's not about what the friend said. It's not about what he said. It's not about what he did. It's not what she did. It's not about the third party. It's about you fucking you. Please go and watch my videos for the love of God. It's not about what the friend said. It's not about what he said. It's not about what he did. It's not what she did. It's not about the third party. It's about you fucking you. Please go and watch my videos for the love of God. I'm not answering you again because you're not listening. Hi, Loz. I found you a few months ago, and since then I've manifested clear skin. Wow, she's been sober since that. Can't thank you enough. Oh, Liz! Oh, Liz! Love that, darling. That's wonderful. That's amazing. Yes, it is. Hi, Loz. I've tried everything. Yes, it is. Hi, Loz. I've tried everything to get SP back. It's been 3 months since we broke up, and it's been so hard. Okay, so what do you expect me to do? Come around there and give you a hug? You're saying it's so hard. You're saying you're trying. There are two things I say not to say. So there's that. So you're in the state of trying instead of the state of having, and you think it's hard instead of thinking it's easy. So you're doing the complete opposite of what I tell you to do, and you're surprised it hasn't worked out. And you think that time matters. If you're going to be married in 3 years, would it matter if it took another 3 months? You're really worried about the time. You're thinking because it hasn't come in 3 months, it's not going to come. So I can't help you until you get rid of that shitty thinking. Is there one more coaching for Christmas, if not Merry Christmas? Yes, there's one more coaching. The advanced coaching in the hang on. There's advanced coaching this Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST in the squad. Me coaching 3 people. Then there's also Facebook Friday. Okay. Christmas Eve morning, I might not be able to do it because I've got a Christmas party. But Christmas, yeah, the one that's UK Australian time will be Facebook Friday. Financial aid to me and Emma. They are not giving me money for school because of my lack of last semester. Cece, I don't know, darling. I don't know if you've ever watched me before, but you keep telling me things that are happening in the 3D, and I keep telling you to imagine differently, and then you could just keep repeating stuff that's happening in 3D. Those of you, Cece and Molly, you're as lost as fuck. You need to really go back to the basics and watch my first playlist in here called How to Manifest Properly, because you're really not understanding it. And you're coming in here and regurgitating things that are happening in 3D as if they matter. They don't fucking matter. The reason why manifestation coaches say circumstances don't matter is because you created the circumstances, and yet you keep coming in here and repeating the goddamn circumstances as if you're deaf. I just gave you the fucking answers, both of you, and then you're coming back in here and repeating to me all these different circumstances. Oh, but the friend said this. Oh, but I got an email. Who fucking cares? Who cares? It's about you. You've got to change you. You've got to step into the state of having what you want. Please listen to me instead of repeating back. All your damn circumstances that you created with your shitty thinking. I don't care what the circumstances are. They don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Circumstances don't matter. Say that to you blue in the face, because you guys are fucking lost. And you need to go and watch all the basic videos in my Manifest a Specific Person playlist and the How to Manifest playlist, because I'm sorry, I can't help you anymore, either of you. Sorry for spamming all the story. What can I affirm in this case? I told you, Molly. I'm not answering you again. Molly, examine where your thoughts are and affirm the opposite. Exactly. Guys, I can't spoon feed you this. You need to understand the basics. You need to watch the videos. Some of you haven't watched a single solitary one of my videos, and you're coming in here. Can you just give me the answer? Some people are buying this concept course. They know to do coaching, only doing half of it, only doing this and going, can I just have coaching? Can I just have coaching? No, you can't just have coaching. You've got to do the goddamn work. Have you done the goddamn work? Have you changed your goddamn thinking that's caused this circumstance? No? What do you expect me to do? I'm not a goddamn magician. No one is. And if anyone's guaranteeing success in 3 months or 45 days, they are literally a scam artist, and you guys are falling for it because you're so goddamn desperate for the circumstances to change instead of realizing you caused the goddamn circumstances and therefore you can change them. I'm so sick and tired of people coming in here talking about time, because some dumb manifestation coaches got it in your mind that if you didn't manifest by a certain time, or they guarantee it by a certain time, because they're literally scamming you out of money and because of your desperation, you're fucking falling for it and then beating yourself up when you haven't done it in a certain amount of time. I could name on my hand 5 literal scam artist manifestation coaches I've seen on YouTube, but I won't. But if you're falling for that shit, you're going to come in here with manifestation coaches I've seen on YouTube, but I won't. But if you're falling for that shit, you're going to come in here with that crap. If you're falling for any videos, guys, that have clickbait titles that say manifest in, manifest by, do this and it will happen overnight, I feel sorry for you because you're falling for it. It's like you've gone on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and you've fallen for the scammer who's not going to give you your product when you buy it. when you send them the money and then they don't turn up to deliver you good. You've fallen for it, and I don't feel sorry for you. I just feel like you fell for it because you were so desperate. Oh, wow, that's a really cheap rug on Facebook Marketplace. I'll send this guy my money. He'll meet me in the car park with the rug. No, he fucking won't. There'll be no rug and there'll be no guy in the goddamn car park, and you'll be standing there waiting forever going, where's my manifestation? Where's my rug? Because you fucking fell for the cheap price. You guys are falling for the clickbait. You're falling for the it'll happen quick. You're falling for the guarantee. And I feel sorry for you guys. I really do. Because this requires work. This requires actual changing of your thoughts. It's not magic, and it doesn't happen overnight. And anyone who tells you it does is bullshitting out of their asshole and scamming you out of money. I'm not saying you can't change things overnight. Of course I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that manifestation isn't instant. Of course it fucking is. But how long have you been thinking the shit you've been thinking? And you expect me or anyone else to perform magic for you? We're not fucking magicians, and neither are you. You can start saying you are. You can start saying it's instant. You can start saying it's happened now. It's here now, which is what I want you to say. But if it doesn't happen right now, stop fucking beating yourself up and stop freaking out and stop panicking and stop looking at the 3D for validation that's not working. Or it is working. Stop looking at it. Go in here, go in here, go in here, and change your fucking mind, please. This live is literally affirming itself with the repetition. Oh, it's repeating what I'm saying. I can't believe I'm reading this after it's been on this rant. I know needing it quickly is desperation and lack, etc. Just wondering. No, you weren't just wondering. If you weren't in neediness and desperation, you wouldn't even have asked me that. Think about this logically. Manifest means make manifest. Manifest means make manifest as if it's already here. And you're asking me, will they be? Think about this logically. Manifest means make manifest as if it's already here. And you're asking me, will they be coming in a time frame? That's the complete opposite of what you're meant to be doing. That's why we say don't manifest on a time crunch. You're meant to be imagining they're here. It's being made manifest. It's right in front of you. They're with you. So if you think about time, if you think about when, if you think about waiting, you're fucking it. So no, Annam. If you think about time crunches, you'll fuck it. So there's my answer. Because you're doing the complete opposite of what you're meant to be doing, which is imagining it's here already. You're on the bus, but you're also at the bus stop at the same time. You're eating the pizza, but you're also waiting for the pizza delivery man at the same time. Not making sense. I keep wondering if they're never coming back, what should I do? Well, then they won't, Isabella. Then they won't. That's your dominant. Go and watch all my videos, please. Hi, Loz. Hope you're well. Fell off the bandwagon recently. Need a rocket up my bum. I stopped affirming and it's caught up with me. Well, that's what happens, Shannon, because your old thinking's kicked in. What do you think this is? I'll just go back to my old shitty thinking. I've been on this amazing diet with this personal trainer. I've been doing all this training, but I just decided to stop and binge eat McDonald's for a year. Now I'm so fat. I wonder why. Can we manifest an ideal body course? That's what we're doing in the new year. I think that would be great. My life slowly changing. I'm happy and wonderful. Can we do a manifest an ideal body course, guys? That's coming in the new year. So if you're in the squad, watch out. It's coming. It's going to be so good. We've got meditations and everything. So guys, make sure you're in the squad because at the moment there's the Money Magnet mini course. There's also the Make Them Obsessed mini course, which is free inside the squad. It's going to be added soon on the website. So if you want it for free, get in the squad. It's only $35, guys, $35 a month for 2 sessions of advanced coaching, 2 sessions of Facebook Friday Q&A like this, our mini course every month. It's a fucking no-brainer being in there, plus Q&A, plus mentors. Start believing and knowing, yes. Either you believe in yourself and your manifestation or you don't. You either know you are being in a given situation or you don't. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly. Kay did a great job of shifting. Sifting out videos. Someone said to me, swearing is low vibe, very LOA, and then they said they never watched you before. What? So she got booted out of the group because she said swearing is very low vibe. She's talking about vibes in my group. She can fuck right off. That bitch is lost as hell. So she wants me not to swear because it's low vibe. Oh, I'm sorry. I've affected your vibration, have I? Fuck. So she's actually booting out people in the free group, is she? Oh, good. I didn't know she was even doing that. I'm just leaving Kay to do whatever the fuck she wants. I just said to them, get rid of whoever. Like they keep going, now this is person. I'm like, I don't care. Get rid of them. There's groups and they have no idea what I teach. So if they're lost, they're out. The 3D is the path. You don't need validation. You are the validation. Everything happens from within. Yes, Lisa. Some nuggets today. Hey, Loz, looking beautiful as always. Oh, thank you, darling. Just learning from your comments about others' situation. It teaches me a lot. Yeah. Look, guys, if you learn just from the comments, come and join the squad and learn from the coaching, because the one-to-one, come and join the squad and learn from the coaching, because the one-to-one coaching, people are learning so much just from watching the coaching, me live coaching with people, video coaching. Lady Loz, I'm manifesting the money to get your course. Looking forward to working on it. Oh, wonderful, Catherine. We'll just come to the squad in the meantime, darling. You'll learn heaps. Oh my God, you're still live. Oh, Marion. Yep, vibes. No, I was saying I add swears to my affirmations to add more oomph. Someone commented on mine saying, isn't that bad and low vibe? Kay commented on mine saying, isn't that bad and low vibe? Kay deleted the comment and messaged me. Oh, I thought that you were saying I thought I was low vibe. Swearing's low vibe. Low vibe. Oh, I thought that you were saying I thought I was low vibe. Swearing's low vibe. Low vibe. No one should be saying low vibe in my group. Low vibe in my group. They'll be low vibrationally thrown out. They'll be low vibrationally thrown out. Vibe. I'll give you fucking vibes. All right, guys. I think that's the end. What coaches you don't recommend, just to check if I follow them? How much time you got, darling? We'll literally be here all day. I don't recommend most people. There aren't very many people I recommend. On TikTok, I recommend Sasha, Lena, and Shannon. That's it. That's it. I think swearing makes it more powerful. How do I find all the coaching videos in the squad? So, guys, it says hashtag coaching live. If you look up hashtag coaching live, it'll be under that hashtag. Or just put in advanced coaching in the space bar, in the search bar in the squad. Then you can look up squad live or live with Loz, and you'll find all the live Facebook Fridays. So I'll start hashtagging Facebook Friday actually and live, because some of you guys now, there's a lot more videos in there. You might not be able to find them on the newsfeed, but they are on the newsfeed. And if we can somehow move the coaching to a folder or an album, we'll try that. I don't know if we can. I have to figure that out to make them, because now there's so many of them, it's going to be harder to find. I've missed seeing you, Loz. I know this works. I manifested so much in the past and everything was well. Loz, I know this works. I manifested so much in the past and everything was well. I stopped doing it as much. So important to continue even when you got your manifestation. Guys, it's just new thinking. If you go back to the old thinking, the old shit will come. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching me. This is the very last YouTube live, because YouTube connection is unstable and I really don't have the time. So come and join the squad, the Facebook private membership group, where I go live every Friday like this, and you can answer, and there's 2 sessions. Plus there's my live advanced coaching that you can watch me coaching 6 people a week. Plus I'll be answering your questions on YouTube next year, direct questions, and we'll tell you later on what that's going to be and how you can ask me your questions. And then also there's my TikTok where I go live weekly. All right, guys. I love you so much, and make sure you subscribe so you get all the new content next year. Bye.